many of our clients hold real assets in their portfolio in one way or another. Can you tell us a little bit more about what real assets are?
Real assets are different than what you would consider financial assets, whereas financial assets, they derive their value from some contractual rights. So if we think like a bond, real assets in their case are physical assets, and that they get their worth due to the actual substance of the real asset. So a couple examples would include commodities. Real estate is a very good example. Land, equipment, and then natural resources. Those are mostly the big ones.
So what are some of the potential benefits of investing in real assets?
So there are a variety of benefits that you can get from adding real assets to a portfolio. First one that comes to mind is that they have very low correlations to traditional financial assets. So in a year where traditional 60-40 portfolio is undergoing stress, an allocation to real assets can be some area of relief. And then the next big benefit I think comes to mind is that in inflationary environments, real assets have historically performed really, really well. So where inflation can be a hindrance to fixed income products such as a fixed rate bond, for example, real assets can help mitigate the potentially damaging effects of inflation on your portfolio.
Well, as with any type of investment, there aren't just benefits. So what are some of the potential disadvantages for investing in real assets?
Yeah, the two big ones that come to mind, I think a lot of investors have experienced this over the last 2 years or so. The first one being illiquidity. So an investor will not always be able to get their money out of real assets without some kind of discount being applied if they wanted their funds today. The other one that comes to mind is that when we have an environment, like a high growth environment where I think last year, for example, the S&P 500 was up high double digits, your real asset exposure is not, traditionally it's not going to keep up in those environments. The expectation shouldn't be that your real asset exposure is going to keep up and provide the same high double-digit returns.
How can investors get real assets into their portfolio, and are there like different kinds of wrappers?
There are a variety of different ways you can get exposure to real assets, all coming with different implications. And this is mostly on the liquidity side. Going direct and owning the actual asset or having a private fund is probably the least liquid way to own real assets. And then kind of having your traditional, publicly listed mutual fund that I think a lot of people are familiar with would be the most liquid way to own it.
So if anyone wants more information on investing in real assets, we're happy to have a conversation with you and, about how we do it here at Schneider Wealth Management. You can certainly reach out to us via our website.